Welcome, coin hunters, enthusiasts, numismatics, all the above. People who like to find coins. And we're going to do a bankroll hunt. And today, Lincoln nickels. Well, let's hope there's some. I found a few buffaloes, so just going to open these up. Okay, got them all opened up. We're doing a 2-roll hunt. It's 40 nickels to a roll. These are from the bank. These are rolled up from a company up in Pennsylvania, I believe. I guess they do all the machine rolling for the banks, and that's what we got. Sometimes you get nice surprises with these. So without any more delays, I'm going to head over to the microscope view. And if you do like my videos, my hunts, give me that thumbs up. Let me know if you want to see more. I mean, we're on nickels now. I'm ordering more pennies. We'll see how that goes. And we're going to do some actually hunts from the mints real soon. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you want all the updates. Alright, so let's get right to it. 23 Denver, ratty, muddy, what have you. Nothing going on. 23 Philly. And Jefferson's can be a little boring, but we're looking for. This one's got a light beehive cut on the left of the Monticello. They're very minor. You can see it's starting to break through. That's a die chip. Very common along the left side of the coin here, up here. Not common, but you see them enough. I don't want to scratch it. I do put them aside, but this one's very minor, so we're going to pass on that one. '07 Philly and ratty. Sorry about that. I missed the bucket. Let's get back to it. Put on my microscope view. We're not going to go front or back. We're just going to, as they come, we're going to pull them out. 95 Philly. Little bit of that grease striation below the 5 cents, but nothing serious. Sometimes you get them, they're very extreme. They're worth saving. It's different. Let's say it's a variety. It's not an error. It's a grease strike. You could say it's an error, but it's really not. It's not a minting type error where it's from the machine. A mishap. It's from somebody putting too much grease on the die. What we got? 73. And sometimes they're pretty heavy, and they're more of an appeal coin. Something you look at. There's nothing of serious value. Going 80 Denver. What we're mostly looking for is severe, well, not even mild, die cracks and cuts, and any doubling for the most part. And we will be putting the 24s aside because they are on the rare side, less minted. Okay, more distractions. Had a delivery. What do we got here? 22 Philly. Nothing there. 2012 Muddy. 04 then Philly. Lewis and Clark. I haven't really found any errors with this coin, the Lewis and Clark. You never know. I mean, it has to be major for me. People say a little wiggle in the line. I'm not going there. Same thing with this one. The Louisiana Purchase. It's got to have a major issue. Otherwise, I would see those unicorns showing up. I'm not interested. Let's just keep plugging along. 23 Philly. Probably the most common error. This almost looks like a cladding issue here. With just an odd toning. 01 Denver. Yeah, one of the more common, say, error or variety, I guess it's an error, is the beehive cuts. You know, the die cracks. They call them beehive cut. It's like it's not on the rim. It's on the inside of the coin. Interior cut or crack, die crack, whatever you want to call it. But it's the material coming up from underneath. And it cracks quite often on the sides of the buildings. You get them elsewhere, but you look for them. Sometimes when they're severe, you get a few bucks for them. Keep an eye out for that. Let's keep going. 22 Philly. Make sure I am not. Oh, I'm recording. Sometimes I make mistakes. I hit the pause button and I don't resume. I've done that before. I'm not pausing it to spike these rolls. This is honest. I'm not gonna play that game. There's no reason for it. You throw a mint state buffalo nickel in there. Look what I found. No, I don't play that game. 21 Philly. I said, these nickel hunts can be boring. See, there's more to find with pennies. You get entertained with wide AMs and doubling, and this and that. Nickels are really boring. Almost blow right through them. You just look for major issues. 2012. Collect all the 24s. Like 64, Denver. Ratty, very common coin. Well, I'm missing my bucket. Hold on. Alright, we're back. I got a bucket below. 89 Philly. Nothing here. Alright, that made it. These are all they're going to be rolled back up and sent back to the bank. I got a whole box of nickels. This is my third box. Geez, I'll tell you, it could be a struggle. And you do find every now and then. Like I said, I pulled buffaloes out. Well, a buffalo out. Out of 2 boxes already. So let's see. 89 Philly. I always look for a little doubling and what have you, just because it's really got to jump out. 04 Louisiana Purchase. 21 Philly. And then maybe we'll do a roll of dimes or two. I don't know. We'll see. 22 Philly. Nothing there. 22 Philly. I don't know what your thoughts are. You could comment below on hoarding the 24s. Hey, what do you think about that? Unless it's something serious, you know, like a really high mint state. I know the mintage is low, but is it really gonna make the coin have that much more value? I don't know. 76 at the Ring of Death. Washing machine. Or all of the above. 98 Philly. Some of the 98s you get some nice machine doubling. Not a true doubling, but it's a nice machine doubling. And the Buffalo going on. $20. 290 Philly. Nothing there. 06 Philly. Nothing there. 2000 Philly. Nothing there. Oh, 03. I'm gonna pause. Okay, we're back. The cat wanted to go out. Let's see. I'm gonna go to my microscope view. 2003 Philly. There's a line through the 3. That's a PMD scratch. That stands for post-mint damage. No value. 87 Denver. This is actually a nice looking coin with a vintage. Let's hope we find an error on the reverse. Whenever you come across, well, any coin for that matter, that has, you know, a nice mint state, you know, higher mint state. Like, see the steps are there. Clean looking coin, very little, you know, damage to the surface, little scratch above the Monticello building, but you always want to really look at it, because if it does have an issue or a variety or error, it'll get a few more bucks. This looks like it has a little bit of stepping in the 1987, like a machine doubling. No repunched mint. And then, yeah, there's a little machine doubling in the O and God. This is one of those coins we're going to put aside to take a better look at. Yeah, it's a nice specimen. Really clean looking. So, my point is, if you come across an aged coin, 87, it's not terribly old, but if it is in good shape like this one is, you want to really look it over. I don't want to drop my microscope in to really check out that machine doubling, but it looks like machine doubling on the lettering. It holds a little bit of value. We're going to put it aside. I'm going to put it up here for review at the end. 07 Philly. Let me know what you think. I don't think the coin's not going to draw a major premium, but and it is machine doubling, but it is in nice condition, so we'll leave it at that. So whenever you see something that Looks nice. Put it aside and then check it out later. It's kind of my point. 16. Nothing here. Denver. I was thinking about the 1960 Denver with the barcode. So really nice one you want to find. 54. It looks like dirt. I don't know how the heck that is. I'm not gonna. This coin's pretty ratty. Oh, nothing going on. You're going back. Yeah, the barcode. It shows up right above the. I think it's the O in God on the top. Let's see if I can find regular nickel and point it out. This one. Yeah, right in right on top of the. Yeah, I think it. No, it's above the date. My apologies. 1960, above the 0. You'll see a line. Look, they call it the barcode, and it's something to keep an eye out for. I found one a long time ago, but it's one of the few nickels that unless you get key dates like I think it's a 52 Denver or 50 Denver in good shape. You want to hold on to them too. Okay, that one. 16. Other than that, you look for the obvious, the cuds and the die breaks, chips, cracks. Really bad cladding issues. Those kind of variety errors can bump a coin's value up slightly. As well, 1960 Denver, if you find one with the full steps, you got a nice coin. Or something really good shape would actually bring a premium. 25 Philly. Errors. The reverse. 2018 Philly. 14 Philly. I said they can be boring, but can be rewarding too. Sometimes you get machine doubling in the Liberty area and the newer nickels. But it has to be severe really to be worth anything. 23 Philly. Good shape. Even the newer coins, if they're in good shape and they have any kind of issue with it, just put it aside. I say run off and get it graded. No, I don't think. Unless you got a MS 65 60D with steps, I already got that one graded. Anything, a higher grade with any kind of issue to it. But then again, it depends on what it is. I'm not saying go out and grade everything that's nice. It's crazy. A little machine doubling here on that 22. Nothing to write home about. I just pass on them. '23 Philly. I think the best issues you can find with the Jefferson nickel are cuds. Yeah, cuds are, they have intrigue to them. Yeah, it tells a little story about a severe die break, or if it's a rim cud, collar cud, and if it's going up, 1/5 the way up the coin. Yeah, those kind of coins. Well, I don't care what it is, a nickel, penny, quarter. It always brings a better premium if you're selling coins. If you're an eBayer. Oh, 79. Okay, nothing there. 90 Denver. '98 Philly. I couldn't even show you machine doubling on a 98. That's pathetic rolls. Sometimes they get pretty intensive. 98, 99, for some reason. 17 Philly. Nothing. Not one beehive cud, die chip, die crack. In review, we've got our 87 Denver. Very minor machine doubling. You can see it on the end. It break right through the N of the in. And the O has, you can see a little shadowing. And then the 7. Oh. Honestly, I mean, though this is a nice looking coin, it's not gonna sell. It really won't. So with that in mind, it's got a nice clean strike to it too. I had a coin this quality. I guess it was a worn die or something, but the ponytail was nearly missing. You could barely see it. And I had it on eBay, and it never sold. So, that's a good example. I mean, something that stood out as a true variety or something interesting in a Jefferson nickel, it didn't sell. So this is a nice coin. We're going to pass on you. And we're going to close off this hunt. And again, if you like my video, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up or comment in the video, below the video. I'm going to move on to another 2-roll hunt following this very shortly. We'll see you soon.